Okay, guys, are you able to hear me properly? Yeah. So let me share my screen. Yeah. Okay, just a second. Let me stop sharing and let me just go and find a thing over here. Am I logged into the correct account? Got it. Okay, now let me share my screen. Mute yourself if you are not speaking. Who is not speaking? Gotham. Okay, great. Yeah, so today we will be starting off with Node.js. Okay, Node.js. Then tomorrow will be just an introduction to Node and Express. Today, introduction to Node. Tomorrow, introduction to Express. Then you will be understanding. Mute yourself if you are not speaking. Okay. Yeah, fine. So first of all, yeah, I was telling you that today you will be getting an introduction to Node, and tomorrow we will be giving an introduction to Express. But these are, like very basic definition, like what is Node and why is it used, and how is this built, and what are the terms and terminologies in Node.js and Express.js. So it's all about that. Okay. So let us just begin with Node.js, right? So over here, are your friends joining? Because some are asking in the group that will it start from 6 or will it start from 6:30? Delete code. See, I have updated the Git repository. Just take the code from the repository, right? Yeah. Advanced link. Okay. So let us just start our class without any delay. Over here, first of all, we will be starting off with Node. So what is basically Node? Here your backend starts, okay, like partial backend starts from here. Okay, so over here, what is Node? So over here, you can see that Node.js is an open source that is free to use. Okay, anyone can use it, anyone can update it. Okay. Apart from that, it is a cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment. Very big thing has been used over here. Cross platform means on any operating system it can be used. It's like platform independent. Okay, so cross platform means that. Apart from that, JavaScript runtime environment. Okay, so we have to understand what is a runtime environment. Runtime environment is very important thing. Okay, so over here you can see that runtime environment, it has two things. Okay, two things. One is runtime, one is environment. What is runtime? A program in execution. That means currently if your program is executing, or while the program is executing, that particular thing is called your runtime. And what is an environment? A place where a program is executed. What is a runtime environment then? Runtime environment is basically a place which provides everything required for the pre-built. Okay, it's pre-built. Everything pre-built which is required for the execution of a program. Okay, for the execution of a program, like you can see, just let us take a very small example of a runtime environment. It's not an actual runtime environment, but yeah, I'm just trying to make you figure out that how to imagine a runtime environment. Like imagine about the IDEs that are available, like the Sea Lion or the code blocks and all. These are IDEs. These provide compilers. These also provide, some inbuilt libraries are there. A very good environment is available over there. You can compile your program. So it is not a runtime environment, but just keep that in mind. And keep this in mind that over here you have your Node.js, which is a runtime environment for JavaScript. That means Node.js basically provides with libraries, with packages, with compiler, with everything you require for the execution of JavaScript. Okay, so over here, runtime environment, it provides required libraries for the execution, pre-built libraries, packages. Okay, apart from that, provides access to global object. What is a global object? I'll tell you. See, inside your, let me just attach my writing pad. Hmm. Yeah. So over here you have your normal JavaScript. Okay, inside normal JavaScript you have learned about DOM. Okay, you have learned about DOM. So what is basically DOM? Here you have to refer to the parent object, and then you have to go to the child, and then you have to go to next child. So you have learned everything in DOM manipulation. Okay, in DOM manipulation. But over inside Node.js, you do not have to worry about the parent-child relationship and all, because it has a global object. Okay, so you can access anything using the global object. You do not have to think about hierarchical, through hierarchy or through, parent. You do not have to think about hierarchical accessing of the child. Okay, so that is why it is called global. It has provided you the ability to access the global object, so that you can directly refer to the object rather than just following the parent child relationship and messing around things. Okay, apart from that, it provides you access to the hardware resources. Okay, hardware resources in sense your RAM and your other hardware components, that whichever are available. So it provides you access to the hardware resources as well. So that is the reason it is called a runtime environment for JavaScript. Apart from that, also it is very important because Node.js has enabled. Why did Node.js come into picture? If you had JavaScript, then why did Node.js come into picture? Because before, JavaScript was only limited to your browser. Okay, to your browser. This is your browser, and JavaScript was just limited to your browser. Yeah, but Node.js came into action, and it is like it has taken your JavaScript from browser side to server side. Okay, to server side. So this is why your entire, Node.js is important. So Node.js is kind of a server side JavaScript. Okay, it has taken your JavaScript, uplifted your JavaScript from normal browser to a server side language. So you can like build in your apps and test them on server side. Okay, so it has taken your application from browser to server side. So that is why Node.js is important. And over here you can see that there is Chrome V8, there is Chakra, there is Spider Monkey. So what are these all things? Chrome V8 is basically the runtime environment for Google Chrome. Okay, Chakra is the runtime environment for Internet Explorer. Spider Monkey is for Mozilla Firefox. Okay, these are the runtime environments. Amongst these three, Chrome 8 is Chrome V8 is basically the best one because it's more intelligent than these two, and it's it's pretty intelligent. Okay, but yeah, these are the individual runtime environments of their individual browsers. Okay, so here, like, this is an example, just an example. Okay, great. Here you can see that no DOM, no document. So the people who are hating DOM, some people, you now you guys know how to basically build one page application or application with minimal interactivity, with minimal images or minimal data inside it. You know how to build it. But DOM was kind of tricky for some of you. Okay, but those who hate DOM, it's a good thing for you guys that in Node.js you do not have any document object model. You do not have anything like parent child relationship, so that if you are accessing a child, then you need to go to the parent, check how many nodes are there, and access the child to delete the child or add in certain elements, like we discussed yesterday for the delete function. Okay, so you do not have to think about that, because here you do not have these all things. You just have your normal, global object. Through the global object, you can directly access whatever you want to access, add in or delete or update or anything. Okay, so you do not have to worry about these document object manipulation and all. Okay, great. See, it's global. I told you guys before that it's global, so that is the reason you do not have to worry about these all things. Yeah. So, okay. Apart from that, this is important thing. More on Node.js, single threaded and one code and no blocking input output. Okay. So why it is called single threaded and why it is important, you have to understand that. So anyone of you has any idea, major difference between and those two are used in backend now. Node.js is a upliftment of JavaScript only. It's like a runtime environment of JavaScript, and JavaScript was just limited to your browser. But Node.js is not only limited to browser. Okay, it's also limit. It also enhanced the browser side JavaScript to a server side JavaScript. Okay. So a lot of servers, you can test it on servers. Okay. You can take data from servers. You can give data to servers. So that is why. Okay. It's important. Yeah, I guess these will be shared with you guys. Okay. These will be shared with you guys. Chromium based browser means it has a runtime environment of Chrome V8. Okay. So the browsers which have a runtime environment of Chrome V8 are called Chromium based browsers. Yeah, you can obviously. Okay, no issues. So over here you have your Node. It's a open source and cross-platform JavaScript. That means it's flexible for all the platforms, and runtime environment means it provides you with all the libraries, compilers, and everything required. Apart from that, here you can see why it is called a runtime environment, because it provides you with every library packages you require. It provides you access to the global object, so you do not need to worry about DOM manipulation, accessing the child using the parent nodes, counting how many parent node it has, and these all things. Apart from that, it gives you the access to hardware resources. That's a common generic thing. So yeah, a RAM and all. Okay. Apart from that, these are like, this is the runtime environment for Chrome, Chakra is the runtime environment for Internet Explorer, and Spider Monkey for Mozilla Firefox. And yeah, that was all about it. Yeah, you practice and it will be fine for you. Okay, great. Now let us just understand what is basically single threaded. Okay, so here single threaded is basically a very simple thing. It says that Node.js allows the execution of a single program at a given time. Okay, a single program can be executed at a particular instance on one server of Node.js, okay, at one time. What is one core? What is basically one core? So you guys know that, where is my pen? Yeah. What is code? Code is basically a processor. Okay, you get like i5 or i7. That means there are 5 cores are present or 7 cores are present. So a computer, like, depends on how many cores are present, it's efficient. Likewise, so suppose we have 4 cores in our processor. Okay, it is a 4 core processor. So suppose there are 4 cores inside our processor. Okay, now each code is responsible in Node.js. Okay, I'm just talking about Node.js. Why Node.js is efficient? Because it's a single code. It see, you can see over here, it just takes one core. So if you want to basically deal with any of the servers, because if you are creating an instance of Node.js inside one core, here you have created an instance of Node.js. Okay, you have created an instance of Node.js over here. So suppose if you are, okay, so suppose if you are trying to like take some data from any server inside this particular code, or like give some data to a particular server from this code, then it will be easy for you because Node.js just takes one code. So over here you have one code, that means this is dealing with one server, or this is basically your one server. Okay, then apart from that, you probably have here another code. Okay, there are four codes. So over here another code is there. So here also you created an instance of Node.js. Okay, here also you created an instance of Node.js. Here also you created an instance of Node.js. Here also you created an instance of Node.js. So since Node.js takes so much minimal code, that is just one code. So suppose this entire server is dealing with 3000 requests. Okay, so here you have four cores, that means four servers, and 4 into 3000, that means at a time you can deal with 12,000 requests. How is this possible? Because Node.js is just taking one core. If suppose Node.js was taking two codes, then you would have been dealing with 6,000 requests instead of 12,000. So that's basically decreasing your performance. Okay, so that is the reason why Node.js is very, is very kind of good, you can say, because it's just a single code. It just takes one code. Okay, single threaded and one code. So over here you have four codes. Suppose each code server is dealing with 3000 requests. So four codes will deal with 12,000 requests. And that's how you will be increasing the request per core. Okay. So here you have probably four cores are there. Each cores are at their best. Node.js is just taking one core. So it's lightweight, right? It's very lightweight. Instance of Node.js means you have initialized Node.js. Okay, yeah, you have initialized Node.js because like you will be learning when we will be going on coding with Node.js, that you create an instance of Node.js, you initialize Node.js, and after that, that particular server is able to deal with a lot of requests. Okay, so it means initializing Node.js. Okay, got it? Creating an instance of Node.js. Got it? Understood? Yeah, I'll repeat the last. Yeah. Global is basically you have a global object. That means you do not have to think about which is the parent of any child so that I can access the child, and thinking about parent node, child node, and these all things. You can directly access without thinking about the DOM tree. Okay, great. Yeah, so see, again I'm repeating this thing. Suppose you have a 5 core processor. Okay, so your processor is a 5 core processor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 core processor. In each core, why is this behaving weird? Yeah, I need to delete this. Just a second. Yeah. So suppose your processor is a 5 core processor. Each core is dealing with one instance of Node.js. Okay, one instance of Node.js. So Node.js, here also Node.js is there. So like this, every server is having one instance of Node.js. Okay, one instance of Node.js is present here as well and here as well. Okay, so now each server is dealing with, suppose, 2000 requests at max. Okay, at max it can deal with 2000 requests. 5 server, like 5 cores are there, that means 5 servers are there. So 5 servers are dealing with 5 into 2000, that means 10,000 requests. Now suppose, let us suppose in a parallel universe, Node.js is taking Node.js over here is taking, suppose, 2 cores. Okay, is taking 2 cores. So what will happen? 2 cores will be taken by Node.js, 2 cores will be taken by Node.js, 1 core will remain empty because Node.js cannot work with 1 core. So you just have 2 cores, and with 2 cores you can run one server over here. With these 2 cores you can run another server over here. So at max there are 2 servers, and each server is dealing with 2000 requests. That means 4000 requests you will be dealing with instead of 10,000 requests. Okay, so the performance is reduced. That is the reason why I say that Node.js is very lightweight and it has a good performance, because it just has one core. Okay, it just takes one core. So it will give you a good performance. Okay, so that is how we deal with this thing. No, no, you do not have to think about so many things. Great, great. Okay. After that, non-blocking input output. That means Node.js is asynchronous. Okay. Asynchronous means, I had told you what is synchronous and asynchronous. Asynchronous means over here, if you have a queue and if you are working in an asynchronous way, your server is asynchronous. That means if a request will come, you will basically tell that, okay, I'm promising you that I'll deal with you. I'll give you your output, but as of now I have sent your request, and till then your promise is pending. You please stay over here. Till then the rest other people whosoever are there in the queue, they will be giving in their request and I'll be dealing with their request. I have made a promise to you, I'll be fetching your request. So asynchronous basically does not block any of the request, and that is the reason why it is called over here non-blocking input output. Okay, got it? Got it? Yes. Great. Great, great, great. Okay, nice. So give me 1 second. Yeah. Actually, what happened, my college will reopen in January. And the seniors whosoever are doing internships under professors or whosoever are doing projects are there in the campus. And I will be the most like super senior, because I'll be in 4th year when I'll be going college. I'll not be in 4th year, but I'll be the most senior batch over there. So that is the reason we are actually planning to have a fest, even if it's not very grand because of COVID, but we are thinking of having the fest. And that's the reason why they have got a poll like Google form for the hoodies and all, and what should be the color of your hoodie, or what should be the text like on your hoodie. And for 4th years, actually for seniors, the hoodie has, your name printed on it. So that's why my friend was just telling that, come, let's have a meet and let's just order the hoodie. I was like, yeah, sure, we'll order it, but I'm having a class and I'll do it. These small things, gives me vibes of college. Freshers are also coming. Like they will be joining college before us, on 17th December. They'll be entering college, but before that, we'll be taking their freshers online, like a good one, good session. Not a lot of ragging, but somewhat, little bit of ragging will be there. But when college will reopen, then yeah, we'll have a good session with them. Okay. So you understood, everyone? Understood. Great. Great. Okay, so this is your Node.js introduction. After Node.js introduction, we will be basically installing Node.js on our system. Yeah. So go to Chrome, type in here Node.js, go to nodejs.org. Over here, see this one. Just copying pasting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Over here now, these are basically two versions. Okay. So over here, long-term support version is there, and then your current version is there. So you basically go for this version because the current version has a lot of features in it, but I'm not so sure that a lot of operating systems will be compatible with this particular version. So go for the LTS version, okay? And it will automatically detect your Windows like 64-bit operating system. So do not worry about that. Okay, so it's getting downloaded. Once you click on it, it will get downloaded. After it gets downloaded, just click on this. Okay, so, okay, yeah, just run it and just click on next, and I accept all the terms and conditions given in the license. If you have time for reading such a long license, go on and read it, but I'm just clicking on next, and yeah, next and next and next and install. Okay, so yes, I want to make changes. So it will take probably 2 minutes, but yeah, do it and finish. Okay, so I'm giving you guys 5 minutes because I assume that some of you may have some internet issue or something. Complete this fast. I'll get back to you on 7. Now it's 7:02 actually. Okay, here it's 7:01. So it's 7:06. Okay. Okay, 7:07. Yeah. Yeah, always next, next, next install. Okay, let's just wait for others to install. Yeah. Till then, you can just do whatever you want. Okay, you guys are done, right? Okay, now let us go and do some work around in Node.js. Before doing that, we should learn about certain. Oh, oh. Are you able to hear me? Yeah, I thought I just unmuted this thing and yeah, great. So it's raining over here. It was way too hot in the afternoon. I had gone market and I was like, damn, it was so hot. I was in the car. That time it was fine. I just went out of the car just to go into, the shop. Like I had to uh, purchase something. So I just went into the shop and then I came back, and within that time, I was like sweating. Okay. And I don't know why did I wear my hoodie and joggers in such hot climate. Okay, great. So yeah, over here we have to yeah we have to understand certain terms over here, so let us just understand some terms. So the first term is port. Okay, so what is basically a port? Port is something, a gate. Okay, it's like a gate. So suppose this is your server. Okay, it is your server. It is my server. This smiley shows that it is my server. Over here you can just imagine that, okay, this is my server, then it's not necessary that it will never interact with some other servers. Okay, your server, later on you'll recognize that it will interact with a lot of servers for maybe API integrations, for maybe databases, for taking certain things. So it will be interacting with a lot of servers. So over here, if I want my server to interact with other servers, suppose it's interacting with three servers. Over here, there is one server. Over here, there is another server. Over here, there is one more server. So it is interacting with three servers. So whatever data is coming from that particular server, whatever data is coming from this server, they have to come into my server. How will they come? How will they come? There should be some entry points, right? So these entry points or these gates are basically called as ports. Okay, these gates are basically called as ports. Yeah. So from any server, if you are taking anything, okay, so there is a port. Over here there is a port. Over here there is a port. Yeah, but you have to understand one thing, that two different servers cannot use the same port. Okay, this is a server, this is a server. Like they can use the same port over here, but if you have one instance of Node.js running right now, if you have one instance of Node.js in your system, and suppose it is running on port 3000, then at the same time you cannot make another instance of Node.js and make it run on port 3000. You cannot do that. It will say that some other port is running on 3000. So you have to stop this server and you have to start this one. You cannot run two servers in the same port at the same time. It will show error. Yeah. So this is how it works. Ports are like gates or entry points. Okay, they are like gates or entry points. Great. So port is done. After port, you have headers. Okay, headers. Headers, now you won't be able to understand a lot about what are headers. But yeah, when you go to Postman and API integration, you will be able to understand headers a lot, like a lot properly. Suppose you have two servers. Here you have server A, here you have server B. Okay, and you want to exchange certain data between the server. You have exchanged the data, it's fine. Okay, everything is going on properly. Along with the data, there are certain other things, okay, certain code words which are shared between two servers, which are not human understandable, okay, which are not understandable by the human. So those are basically called as headers. Probably I have mentioned the term headers in two, three times, I guess, when I was just inspecting our DOM manipulation project, and when we were getting certain things for our DOM, but when we were just opening that particular arrow, we were getting a lot of information. We were not able to understand that particular information. Basically, those were also headers. Okay. So headers, it's not necessary that in Node.js only you will have headers. In lot formats you can have headers, but over here inside Node.js also, when you are dealing with servers, a lot of servers, and two servers are interacting with each other, you will understand later on when we work on around Postman that two servers, when they are interacting, you are trying to fetch any of the things like through API calls or anything, then along with the data, you get some not so required additional information in code word called headers. Okay, this is what headers are. Apart from that, you have the HTTP status code. Okay, HTTP status code. So what are status code? Status code basically tell that what is the status of your server, or what is the status of the uh, program you are right now executing. Okay, is it a success? Is it a failure? Or what is it? Okay, so status code, you can see that somewhere, like most common status code what you watch is 404. What is basically 404? Not found. Okay, not available. 404 not available. Page not found. Okay, not available. So these are basically status code. Status code 200 is basically success. Okay, it stands for success. If your status code is 200, status code are, these are for debugging purpose. Okay, you never get a status code when you are not debugging. Yeah, you can log in the status code on the like screen as well to show the users that yeah, it's a 404. But apart from 404, other status codes are basically for debugging purpose, because the developers can understand that okay, if it's a success, then inside their console they just log in the status code. We'll be working on around status code when we go to Node and all APIs and all, so we'll be seeing how to basically handle the status code so that we can get an instance that our thing is working properly or not. So over here you have a status code of 404 that is not available, 200 that is success. What else was there? Okay, so let me delete it. Yeah, so yes, I remember status code 500 was for I guess server error. Yeah, it was for server error. I've worked around these all things in GSOC. So yeah, 401 and 403 also. So 401 is basically for unauthorized. Okay, you are not authorized for this thing. I had worked around on this status code because I was dealing with the admin page, so I had to see that if I have the authorizations at a correct place or not, because I had to make sure that whatever the admins can see, there are certain additional things that the normal users cannot see. So yeah, I was checking and using console log and all. So yeah. Then after that you have 403, so that's basically forbidden. You cannot see it. It's forbidden. You are basically authorized, but you cannot see it because of some things. Okay, so there are a lot of status codes. You can go and check around the status code. Usually you will be getting status code 200 if it's success, or you will be getting some kind of 500, basically 500 and 200 for debugging purpose. You will be getting these two things. Okay, so that is basically your status code. Apart from that, um, apart from status code, you also have your JSON. Okay, so JSON is JavaScript notation. Okay, so apart from that, why JSON is important? Because it's machine understandable as well as it's computer like system understandable. Okay, so we will be working around JSON a lot, and then you will understand the importance of JSON. Till now, these are the terms and terminologies which are important over inside your Node.js. I'll be now telling you how to create a server inside Node.js. Okay, so I guess you guys are ready. Yeah, it's fine. You can just keep it on download until then you can see over here. Okay, so okay, now before going to anything, let us now check what is npm. Okay, what is npm? So let us type npm, and here you will get npm. It is basically node package manager. Okay, it's a node package manager. Since inside node you have got so many packages, libraries, so you need a manager to manage them. So what is npm? Npm, you can say that it's like a database of all the packages. Okay, it's a database or a data set of all the packages, of all the packages. Okay, so over here you get all the packages. Like when you initialize npm, I'll show you, you get the default packages, and then whatever package you require you can install using npm. So it is basically a kind of database of packages. It's a manager of node. Okay, it manages all the packages. So here I can write express, and it will basically show me, okay, they have express. Yeah, so I can go to express and download express. I can do a whole lot of things over here. So great. Okay, got it. Now if you open your cmd and you type node version, you see that it's version 16.13.0. Okay, so node v means it's the version of node. Okay, it's the version of node. So here like this you can check what is the version of node and what's the version of your node.js you have installed. Now if I write npm v, you'll get the version of npm. We have not installed or downloaded npm, but it's inbuilt. It comes with node. Okay, it's a manager of node, and when you download and install node, it just comes with node. So that is why there is no need to download or install npm separately. Okay, so it comes with node. So over here, let us just go and try around certain things. So let us just create a new folder over here, and let us name that folder as node intro. Okay, and let us open our atom. Yeah, okay, no file, open a new window because we have our old window over here opened. Okay, and just drag in this thing over here. Okay, great. Apart from that, what you have to do, create a new file over here and name it as index.js. Here, no. Okay, go to your command prompt. Inside your command prompt, just go to your node intro. Okay, so I'll just cd over to desktop and then cd over to node intro. Okay, cd is for changing the directory. Yeah, it's a command line. I had told you guys, okay, I had told you in Git that cd is for changing the directory. It's a command used in command line. And here, basically, if you want to go to the node intro folder, you have to see that, okay, it's present in desktop. So go to desktop first and then go to node intro. Okay, got it? Great. Now, here you have to initialize your node package manager. Okay, you have to initialize it. So what to do over here, how to initialize? Just write npm init. Okay, npm init and press enter. Okay, it will say that, okay, the default package name is this and that. So click on enter, click on enter. Okay, just click on enter and yeah, you are done. Okay, so you are done. It is initialized. Now, if you come back over here, you will get a package.json. You can see that over here you have got a package.json and here everything is available. Okay, here everything is available. Got it? Everyone done till here? Then you have not installed it properly. If it's not showing, like if it's showing certain error, then you have not installed properly. Yeah, yeah. Take 2 minutes and do it. Done, everyone. Just press enter. Go on clicking enter. Just go on clicking enter. Here is the CMD. Hmm. Now done, everyone. If you are not done, then do focus on what I'm doing. Go to the recording and do it again. Okay. So that you won't rush things, because this is like rushing things and you will understand it properly when you go to recording and do it. Okay. Great. Yeah. Where did it go? Hmm. So over here, this is done. Now let us understand what is the format of JSON. Okay, what is the format of JSON? So, okay, here I have my JSON and it's basically JavaScript object notation. So JS, understand it as JavaScript object. Let me just increase the brightness notation. Okay. So this is basically JSON. And what's the format of JSON? It is in the format of object. I had already told you, but here there is just one thing. The keys are within double quotes. Okay, the keys are within double quotes. So here I can write my name is Aradhana. So the key is inside double quote, unlike the normal object. Okay. Here again, the key will be in double quotes, and here maybe some numbers. So I am basically 21 years old. So 21. I was born in 2000. So yeah, that's why. And then anything else, any other thing you can have. So over here, this is the format of JSON. Okay, this is the format of JSON. Okay, great. So after this, what you will be doing, we will be working around certain things. So let us just understand how to create a new file, okay, using Node. Okay, how to create a new file. So what you can do, you can over here, you can require a package. So inside node, like inside your index.js, what you can do, you can require certain packages, and then you, just a second guys, wait a second, I'm getting a call. Okay, okay, great. So yeah, over here, first of all, I'm just giving an example to you guys, okay, how to basically work around these things. We'll be doing a lot of things over here. Do not worry about that. Here, I'm just giving an example. So I had already told you that NPM, that is package manager, has a lot of packages with it. There are some default inbuilt packages. So let us just look into the file system package first. So this is for adding certain file or deleting certain file, or adding content to a file. So what you have to do, you have to create an instance of that package first. So let us create an instance of the package first. So const file system equals to, you have to first require the package. So how to require the package? You write require, and then inside that fs. So you can also search over inside internet. If you do not know that fs is the package, official package name of file system, this is the instance created by you. This is your constants name for file system, but this is the official package. So you are requiring file system, and after that you are basically creating your entire file. So over here, create a file. So how I can create a file? I can write here file system dot. Now it has a lot of methods with it. So there is a method called write file. Write file. Okay, this method is basically for creating a new file and adding in certain text or content to it. So I can write over here test.txt. Let us create a txt file over here, and inside it let us write hello world. Okay, hello world. Okay, so why is it an example? Because I had told you it has a lot of npm. You have initialized npm. It has a lot of packages. Some external packages are there which we will work around later. We will be installing them separately using npm. These are some internal packages. So let us just do this particular thing. Now how to make this happen? You have to run your entire node. Okay, you have to run your node. So how to basically do that? Right here node, and then the file name. Okay, our file name is index.js. Like inside our index.js only we have these code. So index.js, and then hit enter. Okay, what is it showing? Callback, index.js. Invalid callback. There are certain internal, this is my like Windows, and I was working, maybe it's the updated file package slash promises. This is the updated file package. I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, it's done. I had, yeah, the updated file package actually. um this is the fs, you know, the fs normal fs is the file system one which was used like some months before, but then they have also updated it to fs slash promises, that is for the latest version. So I usually had my practice of just requiring fs, but now it's not working. So slash promises, this is the updated file system package name. So yeah, you have to work around with this. So I just added a slash promises and it worked because this is the updated file system package name. Like it's not required that you will remember this because it comes with, you know, a lot of practice. I've worked around with this thing, so I know that with some system it works, with some system it does not. So yeah, you can google it if it's not working, and you will anyways get a stack overflow answer. Okay, here you can see that I have a test.txt file already created. You can see I have it over here, and then you can see that it has certain text whatever I wrote over here. So yeah, this is how it works. Okay, this is how it worked. Got it, everyone? Understood? Those who have not done, yeah, those who, yeah, please refer to the recording. Yeah, because sometimes you cannot code along with me, so you have to refer to the recordings. Okay, great. After that, let me just update something over here. Hello world, hello all. Okay, so if I save this, I now again run this. Okay, so yeah, you can see that it is updated. Okay, so this is how the entire file system works. Okay, this is just an example that there are packages. Now let us just do one thing, one like final thing. Let us just create our own server. Basic thing. Later on, we'll be knowing everything about what are internal packages, external packages, everything. This is just an introduction to Node and how to create a server. So let us create our own server. So creating a server. Okay, after that, for a server you require http, so we will be importing http. So http equals to require your http. Okay, so we have required http. After that, using http you will be creating your server. So http dot, over here we are creating our server. So there is a method called create server. If you don't remember it after practice, you can google it also, but yeah, with practice you will remember these basic things. Here you have your request and your response. So this you have to pass in as a parameter inside your create server. Okay, after you pass in as a parameter, you have your callback function. Okay, so this is the request what you are doing. So right now we are not requesting anything. Okay, so let us just leave that. We are just responding with something. So what are we responding with? We are responding with certain text. We want to respond with, suppose, hello world on our screen when we go to that particular server. Okay, so how to do that? We write here response dot end, and inside that, like, we are ending the response with this particular text on our screen. So let us write here hello world. Yeah, and we are done with it. We are done with it. But we have to also tell that, okay, after doing this we want to listen it on certain port. So how to do that? Listen, and then you have to mention the port number. And what's the port number? Let us suppose we have a port number of 3000. You can make 4000, 5000, 6000, anything. Okay, or 3999, any port you want, any number. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are creating a server, we are having request and response as parameter. Right now we are not dealing with request, later on we'll be dealing with certain request. And then we are ending the response with hello world text on the entire like server. Okay, and we are listening to port number 3000. Okay, if I save this, go into my, yeah, allow access. Okay, now you can see that it's not stopping. It's not stopping. So what I can do, I can just go into my browser, and over here I can write localhost 3000. You can see that I have hello world text over here. What is localhost? It's your local host, like on your local you are having your server. Okay, so that is why you always refer to the port 3000 using localhost 3000. Okay, and that is how it's working. Okay, that is how it's working, and the server is running, so that is why it's not ending over here, it's running. So you have created, successfully created your first own server. Okay, first own server you have successfully created. Got it, everyone? Understood? Understood? We will be later on creating servers very easily using Express. Okay, so do not worry. Yeah, great, great. Okay, so how to end this server? Just press Control C. Okay, so when I go on and press Control C, and if I go on to localhost 3000, refresh it, you can see it's loading and then the site cannot be reached. Okay, so because we have stopped our server over here, so that is the reason. Now the final thing what we are going to learn over here is environment variables. So when later on, after probably a month, you will be knowing that you will be requiring inside MongoDB and then inside AWS and all, you will be requiring a lot of passwords, a lot of authentication keys and all. Okay, because all the servers, everyone, a lot of APIs even have their own authentication key, and you have to know, you have to learn how to uh, have your authentication key, use it from a place, and then authenticate your entire server or some particular permissions. Okay, so how to do that? You basically do that using environment variables. Environment variables are variables which are available on runtime. Okay, whenever you are running your server, then only the servers, like the variables, are available. So suppose you have your password or keys or what, when you are when you are running your entire server, that time those will be visible. And the environment variables, you never push them to GitHub. Okay, so they are not available when your entire GitHub repository is present, because those are some confidential keys and all. You cannot share them with anyone. Okay, so that is how environment variables are important. So for environment variables, you will later on create your environment variable file as well. But right now, let us see that what environment variables are already present in our system. Okay, so how to do that? Since you are the owner of your system, you can see it. So process.env. Okay, so here we do process.env, and if I go and run my Node.js, you can see that these are some environment variables which are already created by my system. Okay, by my system, by certain applications inside my system. I cannot understand them because, but yeah, they are created. Okay, so you will be learning environment variables, using environment variables a lot when you deal with authentication, authorization, then some tokens keys, some API integrations and all. So yeah, got it? Understood? Yes, great. So yeah, please first install Node.js and go to my recording, do each and everything, and then you can ask your yeah, almost everything is in JSON. Okay, almost everything. Okay, so yeah, work around these things, do these all things. Ma'am, can you tell the line for creating server? Okay, it was here. Yeah, you can have it now. So, ma'am, where we use that C++ or Lang? C++ is basically used in data structures algorithms. JavaScript is for development. So, you cannot do development using C++. It's not very flexible. JavaScript is a scripting language. Yeah, that is one. Okay, understood everyone? Hello world code. Yeah, I have added it here in the chat. Okay, okay, for everyone. Shit. Oh, everyone in the meeting. Sorry, I did not know that it went to him in personal. Mm-hmm. No, it's not for concept. Even if you're applying for a developer job, you will be asked a lot on C++. Like, hell, what not on C++? Every data structure which you can imagine. Just go to LRU cache, you will learn that uh, you have, a lot of things. You have your hash map over there, you have your linked list over there, doubly linked list, you have whatnot, struct, everything is available. C++, where it's just used in data structure algorithms for making algorithms. Okay, for problem solving. Because right now, wherever in industrial level things I have worked on, they are just used on making algorithms. And once algorithm is made and things are now implemented using that. Any server you can imagine of 3001, 2, 3, 4, dot, 2001, 2, 3, 4, dot, anything. All the permutation combination of all the numbers. Got it? Understood? Okay, great. Then, yeah, tomorrow we'll be having an intro of Express, and then we will be moving on towards other things. Yeah, you need to start contributing to your target organization from now. A computer cannot have unlimited ports. Unlimited ports cannot be run at a time. At a time you can run some limited number of ports at a time. But yeah, if you have 1,000 ports, you can run them individually, or whatever is the capacity of your computer per time you can run them. But yeah, uh, you cannot run unlimited ports at one time, at a go. Because each port is one server for you. Okay, guys. You understood, na? I'll be uploading the recording soon today, and please go to the recording and yeah, ask your doubts whenever you have in the group. If I'll be active, I'll reply, or someone else will reply. Okay. Bye bye. See you all. Node is not over. God, this is node is not even started. You will be learning what not in node. Your entire next 2 months, you'll say that why did node come? Because you'll be learning a lot in node, and as time will grow, things will become very interesting. But yeah, towards the end, still things will become a bit tough as well. So yeah, node is not even started. This was just telling that alphabets exist. You need to learn the entire grammar, so be prepared according to that. You can just imagine, or you can just assume that right now you just know that there is something known as alphabet, but you do not know how to read a book or write even one alphabet. Later on, you will be learning how to speak fluently, write fluently. Just imagine what is covered and what is left. So yeah. do it in your way, what you think can be done. If you think that on screen, on user interface, you want to edit, so just click on edit button and becomes editable on the interface. That's the approach. When you click on edit button, your card should become editable. Okay, you should be able to edit the contents of the card. Okay, you will learn how to use Node, how to basically create servers using Node's packages. You will learn about around 1,000 packages of Node. You will be learning how to basically integrate APIs and all, how to create backend servers, how to attach your Node to other APIs, to other servers, to authentication, authorization, cloud services, databases, what not. Do not be so curious from now. Just learn what I taught you. Go to the recording and you will be learning things slowly. Okay. So, yeah, guys. Bye bye. Okay.